Good morning, my name's Owen.
I'm Harrison.
And today we're doing the Manifold Valley Walk. So today's walk's quite an interesting one. We weren't actually going to do any more walking videos until September just because circumstances didn't allow. We were both busy doing things, but as you can see, we're out. It is, the lockdown restrictions are finally ending, which is nice. So we're able to get out there, do all this sort of stuff again. But yeah, how have you been, Harrison, over these last few months?
Not too bad, pretty busy, but nice to be back out on the trails. So looking forward to it.
Getting on with university stuff, cracking on, getting on with life. It's good, it's good. But anyway, as you know, we're in Dovedale at the moment. We're about to head off on our walk. We've got some quite interesting things to cover today, and then heading south again through the Manifold Valley. So we're going to crack on with that. Don't want to waste any of your time rambling on. But yeah, just happy to be back, getting out there, making walking videos again. It's been a while, and luckily we don't have to wait till September to get another beautiful scenic route. So we're going to crack on. Our next stop is at the Stepping Stones. We probably will just blaze through that and head on to Dove Holes. If we see anything interesting on the way, we'll just stop and we'll let you know. Today's walk started as a 31-kilometre walk, but turned into a 22-kilometre walk and a 9-kilometre tab. The walk is easy to complete on a dry day, but in wet weather, it's a lot more difficult. The first leg from Dovedale car park to Dove Holes is 3.5 kilometres in distance. The second leg from Dove Holes to Milldale is only 1.5 kilometres in distance. The third leg from Milldale to Barrack Farm is 6.5 kilometres in distance. The fourth leg from Barrack's Farm to Hume is 3 kilometres in distance. The fifth leg from Hume to Weston Mill is 5 kilometres in distance. The sixth leg from Weston Mill to Thor's Cave is 2 kilometres in distance. The seventh leg, which is the tab from Thor's Cave to Ilham, was 9 kilometres in distance. And then the final leg from Ilham to Dovedale was 1 kilometre in distance. I would not recommend this route to a new walker, not just because of the difficult nav and the steep and hilly terrain, but because if you end up in the Dovedale while the river's high, you can end up not being able to cross it. So that's something to watch out for before walking. So we've just arrived at our first checkpoint, standing on a huge block of limestone here.
I was like, about to sneeze in the background.
Nice one, Harrison. Cracking.
Like, no,
it's gone.
Start again.
Sneeze moment. That's staying in, mate. That's staying in. But where we are at the moment is a place called the 12 Apostles. And basically what it is these limestone rock formations, which are slightly protruding from the rest of the rock face. And they've all been given names the whole way up Dovedale. So each has a tiny little bit of its own character. And hopefully we're going to be able to see Ilam's Rock and Lover's Leap on the way up. If we can find it, we'll show you. If we can't, we'll just move on to the next place. But hopefully you'll get to see them. So we've just now arrived at Lover's Leap, which is a limestone rock formation. It's just protruding out from the side of the limestone face here. Now we're not going to talk about how it's formed yet, because as promised we'll talk about that at Dove Holes, but it's just another amazing thing which we've been able to see on the way through Dovedale. So a bit further on now from Lover's Leap and Ilam Rock. And there's a bit of history about Lover's Rock, really. Lover's Leap. Back in the Second World War, the Italian prisoners of war were based quite locally, and they made it their mission to carve a footpath all the way up to Lover's Leap, and they did so. And hopefully you're seeing it right now. But just a lovely little bit of history there. That in such a time of terror and horror, even being a prisoner of war stuck in a country that you know, you're not familiar with, you know, even they found the time to go out and appreciate the great British countryside. And that's what it's all about, really. Getting out there, getting stuck in, even when the odds aren't in your favour. So yeah, lovely little bit of history there. Our next stop hopefully is Dove Holes, and all that suspense building up to our little bit of geological expertise here is hopefully going to pay off. So we'll see you in a minute. So we've just arrived at Dove Holes, which is the promised geological feature along our route, which is these humongous caves in Dovedale. Now they're absolutely fantastic, as you can see behind us. We've just been sitting here for about 10 minutes in absolute awe of them. Now Dovedale was carved out of limestone, so effectively what happened was during the Carboniferous period, the limestone sediment fell to the bottom of the ocean floor. Now as the sea levels have risen and lowered over the years, naturally, what's happened is that with continental movements, sea level rising and lowering, this limestone has been brought up to above sea level. And as the ice age has come along, great big amount of ice over the top of the UK, and then obviously it melted with bits of drop stones in it, large big chunks of ice, and it's carved through this entire landscape as it's melted. So hopefully along the way we'll be able to see a few striation marks where those rocks and ice have just carved chunks out of rocks in a sort of similar parallel direction. And also what it's done is it's created these huge water deposits which have been able to form out these caves behind us. So really fascinating bit of geology. It's nice to be able to incorporate it back into our walks. We haven't really done anything like this since Arran 2 years ago. So it's nice to be back in that geological mindset. But yeah, what do you think of the Dove Holes, mate?
Gorgeous. It's just every 100 metres or so along here you just get something awesome just poking out the landscape, and makes a change to Essex, that's for sure.
yeah, definite change. It's nice being here because I'm based in Lincolnshire and Harrison's based in York. It's just a nice little meeting point. Not in the middle, but it's a fair drive away whereby we're in some new environment and we're getting out there and exploring the rest of the country. So yeah, hopefully we'll be able to bring you more stuff like this. But this is only the beginning because we've got still an entire walk to go. So we'll see you when we get to the next place of interest. So we've just made our way to Milldale, which is a lovely National Trust hamlet. And actually just over to the right of us is an ancient bridge with records dating back God knows how long. I couldn't find any records of its original date, just that it is absolutely ancient. So it's been nice to come through Dovedale. We've got a bit further to go along the River Dove. Just trying to raise the voice a bit over the sound of the river because it's quite loud, so I'm perfectly conscious of that. But yeah, how are you finding it, Harrison?
Yeah, it's good. It's different to last few weeks.
Yeah, and you're enjoying the hamlet looks. I think you described it as chocolate box, didn't you?
Yeah, it's a lot more chocolate box vibes than I was expecting. It's like sort of quite Cotswoldy, all about the golden stone, like darker limestone version. So.
Yeah, very, very pretty. Postcard-esque, very lovely. So anyway, we're going to head on now. The next point is slightly further north. We're heading on towards Hume End. Yeah, if we see anything interesting, we'll stop. I believe it's Barrack Farm is our next stop point, so we'll just update you when we get there. And if we see anything interesting on the way past, we'll stop and we'll show you. But other than that, we're going to crack on and see you there. So, as you've just seen from the time lapse, we've just done a huge leg up Dovedale. We're almost about to turn off to head in towards Barracks Farm and then Hume End. But behind me here is an amazing geological feature. It's the same limestone we saw earlier at Dove Holes and all the different rock outcrops, but this in particular shows faulting. Now, from the clip I'm about to show you now of Harrison marvellously walking up towards the cliff, towards the cave, is some fault lines. Now you can see there's one along the base where the cave is. There's one heading from the bottom left to the right in the middle. There's one heading from the right middle up to the top left, and there's one heading from the top left up to the top right. And what that is as the weaknesses in the rock have opened up, it's allowed the rock to slip under excessive pressure as well, and it's just moved the rock from side to side. And this is some amazing fault lines, Now I'm going to head up there with Harrison. Harrison's going to do a bit of exploring in the cave. If any of you have seen the Bradwell Bay video, we'll put a link up here for you to watch it, but he loves a good explore and he's going to tell you all about inside the cave once he has a look inside.
Alright, I'm going to bring you a little segment of Harrison Explores. Oh, almost fell over there. Alright, so we found this really cool looking cave. It's got this awesome, perfectly flat bottom. I'm going to take you inside, let's have a look. quite tall actually on the inside. There's really sort of a nice crevice up there. Some sort of life in here. You wouldn't get anything like this back down in Essex because the rock where it's all been carved out. There's Owen. And there's this nice little indentation down there. I might go check that out. Get my torch out so you can all see. There's quite a way down. Looks like the side of an elephant. Look at all them carvings in the rock. Goes through miles. Little markings on the wall up there. Just keeps going. Right, I'll leave you here and I'll show you when we get to the end.
So as you've just seen, we've made our way to Hume End. We're just sat at the Manifold Valley Visitor Centre, which is, in fact, the old light gauge railway station that went from here all the way down through the Manifold Valley. It opened in 1904 and closed in 1931, so it didn't have that long in service. But luckily for us, they turned it into a walking trail. So yeah, we're going to be walking that this afternoon. This morning's been a great walk. How have you found this morning so far, Harrison?
Yeah, it's been good. Different terrain, but it's nice to get back out on the tracks.
Yeah, and we have just crossed the River Manifold to get here. So we did pass the Manifold pub, which was tempting to go in and grab a bite to eat, but we're a bit tight of time, aren't we, Harrison?
Yeah, it was very tempting, but just about resisted the temptation to go get a pint.
Yeah. So we've come here, had a bite to eat, and we're just about to head off again. Looking forward to tackling a southwards dale again. So yeah, we're going to crack down through the valley and we'll see you if we find anything interesting on the way. Hopefully we'll be able to see Fours Cave, a bit of Weston Mill, and yeah. So we've made it to Weston Mill already. That was quite a quick leg, that one. We're about 19.6 kilometres of the way around the entire trip, so we're doing quite good. Just off in the distance we can see Fours Cave, which we're hopefully going to get a bit of a better look at the moment in a bit. But yeah, we're at Weston Mill, ready to crack on towards our next checkpoint, which should be Fours Cave. So yeah, we're going to head on. How are you doing, Harrison?
Not too bad. The new shoes are a bit stiff, but no, it's fine, not too bad.
Breaking in the new shoes, eh? But yeah, all is well. We had a bit of a sunny spell, so it got quite hot, but we're ready to get moving again, and so we shall. So hopefully we'll see you at Fours Cave. So we've just taken a small walk on from Weston Mill, and just behind us, as you can hopefully see, is Fours Cave. Absolutely magnificent. We're going to take a short walk over there and try and see if we can get up there. If we can, we'll see you up there. So we've just come down from Fours Cave. What do you think of it, Harrison?
Pretty impressive.
Yeah, it's
Nice
pretty huge when you're up there. It was quite busy up there, so we've come down just to talk about it a bit. So basically, it's carved out of the same limestone that the entire area is carved out of. So as the glaciers have melted, obviously the water is collected, and it's just seeped down through the little fissures and weaknesses in the rock, and it's opened up to this massive rock face. Now it's called Fours Cave, after the mythological god from Scandinavia, and it was either named by the Saxons or the Vikings. They're not quite sure which, but obviously it's maintained its name after all the years, and still to this day it's Fours Cave. Now obviously we've been up there, had a great look around, really magnificent. Nice to get a bit of a steep climb up. However, we're running a bit low on the old battery, so what we're doing is we're having a little charging break, about maybe 20 minutes. We're going to get all the batteries nice and charged up again, and then what we're going to do, because we're running a bit tight for time, is incorporate a bit of a tab back to Ilam, and then just a little bit onto Dovedale. So what we'll probably do, tab to Ilam, and then have a nice little rest at Ilam if we've got a bit of time left. We've got to get back to the car park for about 7. It's about 4 o'clock now. I'm sure we'd be able to do it walking, but we just want to make sure we've got enough battery to get there. So anyway, that's that in terms of Fours Cave, and yeah, hopefully we'll be able to give you a nice time lapse of us tabbing back. So we'll see you in a bit. So then, that concludes today's video, walking the Manifold Valley. Sorry it was a bit sort of rushed at the end. We were just really conscious of the time. The car park here closes in about an hour. We wanted to make sure we got back with a bit of leeway. So tabbing it over was the best thing to do in the end. But we're here, and Harrison's ready to go. I'm ready to go, back at Dovedale. But yeah, it's been a lovely day, really great. Nice to get a bit of tabbing in as well. It's always nice to shake it up a bit. Hopefully that came out all right, because it's not easy running along and trying to get some smooth footage. But yeah, we'll obviously see how it goes, and obviously you guys have already seen it, so hopefully it's all right. If it was good and you did enjoy it, and you enjoyed the rest of the walk and the information, then please feel free to leave a comment. They go down really well. It's always nice to see your feedback, just to know that what we're doing is sort of the right thing, really. It's nice to finally get out there, get walking again. It might be a little while until we can do another one of these again, but it would be nice to get out and do this sort of thing again. So yeah, hopefully in the summer we might be able to pull something together. So yeah, anyway, if you enjoyed it, please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share all of our videos with other people who might enjoy them, and yeah, we'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it, please press the like button to let us know how much you enjoyed it. If you'd like to subscribe to watch future videos like this, please press the button down here on the right. If you'd like to watch our previous challenge, please press the playlist up here on the right. And if you'd like to watch our most recent upload, please press the button up here on the left.